Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Cernka, functional medicine nurse practitioner. I want to welcome to our discussion today Fred Jezzi, certified meditation instructor with Ajna Meditation. Welcome, Fred.
Hello, Lisa. Namaste.
Namaste. So, Fred, today we want to talk a little bit about your journey, what brought you to meditation, and how you became a meditation instructor. What are the benefits of meditation? And what are some tips or recommendations that you can give people to get started even today on meditation or meditation practice? So if you can, tell us a little bit about your story and your journey.
Well, it's a long story, long journey, so we'll try and amend it. So I had at a point in my life where something wasn't right. And I say something because I didn't know what it was. Come to find out it was a bunch of somethings, but I had a good life. I had a great job. I had a good partner, a nice home, finances, everything seemed to be on the outside okay, but something was wrong on the inside. What I come to find out was that everything I had to do externally to keep all this stuff going was taking a toll on me internally, because I was the kind of person that I could do it, just rely on me, give it to me, I can handle it, so on and so forth. So it got to a point that I knew for the first time in my life, and we're talking about a man that was, in his 40s, that I identified that something was not right inside. So just to cut to the chase, as they say, it was stress that I was internalizing, taking on a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have taken on, that was getting to a point that I felt I just wasn't right. I mean, I wasn't psychotic, I wasn't explosive, I wasn't abusive, things like that. I just knew inside that something wasn't right. So that's where I hit the point of my life that I needed to make a change, which is where we're going to now, right?
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
So did you go right on into a complete meditation practice, or was it a journey? Did you have to try out a few different things before you decided to go a more traditional training? And how many different kinds of meditation are there, really?
Well, unfortunately, meditation was the last thing that I tried. If I had tried it first, I could have saved myself a lot of angst. So no, I went and saw a therapist, because I thought there was something wrong with me, and there was. I mean, I'm not going into this saying everything was fine. I just needed to learn how to meditate. There were a lot of things in my life that were out of whack that I had to address, and I did through therapy. Read a lot of books, because I was, self-help books, because I knew that there are programs out there for people that have problems with food and gambling and drugs and alcohol, so I started reading. Come to find out that while all that was working, there was still, there was something that was missing. There was a little piece that was missing, and I couldn't figure out what that was. And then I remembered, and I don't remember now, but I remember then I might have even seen a picture of the Beatles. And they were in India with a gentleman called Maharishi Yoga Mihash. And he's the gentleman, if anybody's familiar, that the white gown, the long curly white hair, the beard, he was teaching them transcendental meditation. And I thought, okay, this was the first time I have really connected with meditation. And Beatles fan, I figured, okay, if they're doing it. So that's when I started the journey of exploration towards meditation.
Okay.
And you asked how many meditations are there?
Kind of different
Hundreds.
techniques? Okay.
Hundreds.
So there's no one right way to do it.
No,
like there's no one right meditation practice.
No, meditation practices are sort of, although I don't want to put these two together, I'm going to. Meditation is sort of like religion. You have people that are Catholics, people that are Islamic, people that are Protestant people, that, whatever the religion is, the path that they're taking, whether it's a Catholic path or,
okay.
this path or that path, the goal is to get to the same place, which, as far as religions go, enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
So meditation's the same way. Whether you're doing transcendental meditation or mindfulness meditation or meta meditation or yoga, which is a form of moving meditation, the goal is the same, and that is to achieve meditation. Okay.
So meditation.
So I guess basically, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I guess basically the answer to the question is, if you're meditating, it doesn't matter how you got there.
Okay.
The
So
goal is to reach meditation.
meditation is quieting the mind and connecting the mind and the body, correct?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
meditation in its purest form, original form, was meant to simply calm and clear the mind, and then look at the insight you achieve through calming and clearing the mind.
Awesome.
That's it.
That's a perfect explanation. Thank you. So, tell us a little bit about your how you teach pet. I don't want you to give away the whole secrets of everything, but
Oh, I
what
wouldn't do
is
that.
the process of teaching someone to meditate? Like, what are some of the things that they need to understand before they start a meditation practice?
Okay, this was very easy for me to create this practice, this platform, because I used all my mistakes
Ah.
as inspiration to help other people.
Yeah.
When I started to meditate, there wasn't a whole lot out there. They didn't have apps. When I started meditating, there were no meditation apps. I think the first meditation app is Headspace, and it came around somewhere around 2010. And I had started meditating prior to that. So there wasn't a lot of readily available information. So I started reading books. I'm not going to quantify this by saying you need to be Buddhist, but I read a lot of books about Buddha, the Dalai Lama, Buddhism, because that is where meditation started.
Okay.
So, basically, if I were a Catholic, I would think I would read the Bible.
Right.
So it was the same thing. So I started reading, and that's basically all there was available at the time. I was reading, and I struggled because I'm a firm believer in the fact that the more we're educated on something, the more we're trained on something, the better our outcome should be. If that makes sense. It's sort of like a car. If you had never seen a car before, and I pulled into your driveway and said, "Here you go, Lisa," and threw you the keys and walked away, what is this? I mean, it would be like a spaceship to you. You'd never seen one before.
Exactly.
You could probably muck your way through it by realizing that, push a button, whoop, the door's open. Okay. And, this, when I move this, the front wheels move, you could do, or I could pull the car into the driveway, say, "Lisa, this is a car. Let me show you how it works." Okay. This is the mirror. This is the heater, turn signal, headlights, all that. You would probably learn how to drive and become a better driver with instructions than you would if you just took this dangerous vehicle on the road for the first time.
Yeah.
So that kind of abstract, but the way that my meditation experience went.
Excellent. Thank you. So, then to kind of, how does someone prepare other than the reading? I mean, do they have to physically do something? Do they have to, should they get into a habit of doing, so it's a habit of setting a commitment to set certain time aside to practice breathing, meditative breathing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you got to go all the way back to the genesis of all this, is that people don't sit down one day and say, "I think I want to meditate."
Yeah.
Generally, there is something going on. There is angst, there is stress, there is pressure, there is something that is affecting them that they maybe tried to find an answer for or couldn't, or didn't know where to find an answer for it,
Right.
and end up like I did, saying maybe meditation's the answer.
Mhm.
So that's generally how it happens for people. They have either a life event, something catastrophic, death of someone, financial collapse, relationship breakup, something like that, that sort of lights the fuse.
Yeah.
And they get to a point where I hate to use the word desperation, but they're looking for something to help them that they can't find in today's life.
Right. So, can a person expect to sit down and be a new meditator and meditate for 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Is that a reasonable expectation, or do you need to, obviously, if the brain responds quickly and it can quiet, how do you know if you've quieted your mind? How do you know that when you're meditating?
Well, very few people, actually no one that I've ever talked to or read about sat down for the first time to meditate and got in the zone.
Okay, it takes time.
All right, because A, you don't know how to get to the zone, and then B, you don't know what the zone is when you're there. I have discussions with people during classes that, they say, oh, I meditate. Okay, well, what do you practice? Well, I go home every day after work, after dinner, when everything's quiet. I get in my recliner, I lower the lights, I light some candles, some incense, put some music on, and, I have to sort of burst their bubble by telling them that you're not meditating. What you're doing is relaxing, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's good. But to just make sure that people understand that there's a difference between relaxation and meditation. There's a difference between sleep and meditation. Okay, all beneficial, but all different.
So does the brain go into different like wave patterns or states of consciousness when you're meditating? Is that what happens?
Yes. Again,
I don't want you to get too
the
complicated, but yeah.
well, no. All good questions. The type of meditation that I practice, the type of meditation that I instruct, is what is pure Buddhist meditation. It was the type of meditation that Buddha discovered, for lack of a better word, and came back and instructed or gave to his followers. Okay. Again, very simple, calm and clear the mind, and look at the insight you get from doing that. Now, over the years, people have tweaked it, added to it, like if you've ever gone down an aisle in a grocery store and see all the bars of soap.
Yeah.
A bar of soap cleanses you. That's all it does. You can pick the aroma, the color, the size, whether it's liquid, whether it's a bar, all this. But again, you're looking to get clean. So with meditation, they have taken this very simple thing and tweaked it. Transcendental meditation, which is different than Buddhist meditation, Zen Buddhist meditation, which is different than Buddhist meditation, and so on and so forth. So to answer your question, I practice and I instruct in an exercise that helps you calm and clear the mind, and the insight that you get by doing that.
Okay. So can you teach, do people have to be like by themselves to meditate, or can they effectively meditate in a group, like a family? Can you do that?
Yes, but yes and no. I can.
Yeah.
I could be sitting at a dinner table with my fiance and my son and her mother, and they're talking about something that just doesn't interest me, and I can sort of shut it off for a minute or two. So I can meditate with people around. Can everybody do that? No.
Yeah.
Okay. I would suggest that if people are interested in learning how to meditate, to just do it by yourself. Find a time of the day that works for you. Find a place in your house that's relatively quiet. The trick about it, and the reason that I instruct people on how to do it, is because there are little nuances throughout the process that you don't know. The pre-meditator won't know what to do. How do I sit? What's the correct posture? What do I do with my hands?
What happens
all
if
these
your
different,
mind won't shut off?
exactly. What do I do? Like, what do I focus on? What do I concentrate? I mean, there's focus, there's concentration, there's awareness.
Got
These
it.
three things are constantly going on when you're meditating. You've got distractions battling with discipline. So I know all this because I've experienced it to the point that I can get over it. But somebody that doesn't know all this is going to struggle.
Yeah,
That's why I
and then they'll
decided
quit.
to, yeah, that's why I decided to share my experience with other people, because I know by doing this myself and talking to other people that you are pretty much set up to fail if you shut this video off, go into a room, sit down and try and meditate,
Yeah,
because you don't know what you're doing.
yeah.
No disrespect.
One of
It's
the
like
things,
trying to cook a meal when you don't know how to cook. You don't have a recipe.
right. And one of the things that I hear from people all the time is they're too anxious to meditate. They're too nervous to meditate. They can't sit still. And those are all things that you can help people overcome with with someone who is certified in
Those
meditation.
are those are all the reasons why
You should
people
meditate.
want to meditate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So oftentimes what I tell people just to get started is to focus on the breath and do some breathing exercises, just to become aware of how your body reacts. When you were talking about physical and brain and being aware, sometimes that's an easy place for people to start. Is that what you tell some of your students?
Yes, there's a unique thing going on here that we generally accept five senses. Okay, sight, smell, hearing. The Buddha identified what they call the sixth sense, not the I see dead people, Bruce Willis kind of sixth sense,
Yeah.
but an added sense, which is thought.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
So people, look, if you've got something going on in your life that is causing you angst and you're looking for a way to get away from it, I would suggest doing what that person that I talked about a few minutes ago does. Go home, find a quiet place, sit down, just relax. Just
Yeah.
relax.
Okay.
Okay. Even if you sit in a chair for 2 minutes,
Not on
you're
your
better
phone.
off than not on your phone. Now put
Not
the
on your
phone
phone.
away, shut the phone off, tell the family I need to go relax, whatever, because that's what you're doing. You're relaxing. That alone will make you feel better. But again, there is so much more available. This can get so much deeper, not too hard on the person trying to do it if they have the right instructions as to how to really be able to sit in a good posture so you're comfortable. Yes, find a focal point, the breath. Use concentration to really concentrate on the breath in and out. You sort of, by doing that, you sort of push all this stuff that's right here like this. And then
Okay.
it's like, oh, look, there's a path. I have
Yeah.
a path to being calm. Now, I'm gonna, total clarity on all this. This isn't gonna happen overnight.
Yeah. Patience. Be patient.
Meditation
Yeah.
is something that takes discipline, it takes commitment, it takes practice. You're going to have sessions where you accomplish nothing. I've been meditating for decades, and I still have sessions where after a few minutes, I can't get the mind to. The mind is like a 2-year-old child. All right, you'll hear expressions of monkey mind.
Yeah.
People say, "What's monkey mind?" Well, picture you got a chimpanzee in your head, and it's just flinging
Yeah.
poop and doing all this stuff. Oh my God, relax, calm down. That's what meditation does. Meditation takes the mind, and the mind is supposed to do that. A lot of people don't realize that the mind's job is to look at things, analyze things, try and figure out what it is. Do I need it? And if so, where do I put it? Okay. So you're trying to get this most powerful thing in the world to chill.
Calm. You made a
And it
good
becomes like
comment.
a 2-year-old. I mean, it will like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
One of the
Time
things,
out.
one of the things you mentioned about like a child's mind, right? Can children learn how to meditate?
Absolutely.
How
There is
young?
no,
How young?
I have helped, I think the youngest person that has gone through my class was 8 years old.
Hmm.
So, but you know, again, Buddhists, they take their children when they're 2 years old and they
Ah,
start teaching them how to meditate at a very
nice.
early age. I tell people that, you know, I don't have grandkids. I have a son, but my son was grown before I was able to do this. But I tell anybody, like if I'm blessed enough to have grandchildren, um, hold the child.
While
Just
you're
sit there and
meditating, right?
relax.
Yeah,
Hey, just
relax.
be
Yeah.
quiet. Just sit down, relax, hold the child. The child will feel
Yeah.
the calm, positive energy coming from you.
Yeah.
That you can transition them in. But I've taught, instructed, whatever the word you want to use, is 8 years old. I think the oldest person was probably in her 70s,
Okay.
late 70s.
So you're
Doesn't
never too
matter.
young or old.
Never too young, never too old. It doesn't matter what your sex is. It doesn't matter what your religion is, political beliefs, whether you have money, don't have money. That doesn't, no, forget about all that stuff. This is something that everybody can do, regardless of. I have people that call me and say, well, you know, I'm a Catholic and I'm not sure I want to. It's not a religion.
Yeah.
Meditation is not a religion.
It's
It is
calming the
a
mind.
practice to help to calm and clear the mind. That's it.
If people have physical ailments, bad backs, bad knees, whatever, and they can't sit in a meditative pose,
Doesn't
can
matter.
they still meditate?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
you help people with that.
Meditation is a mind thing. I mean, granted, the very first thing that I help people with before we do anything else, if you were to come in and say to me, I want to join your class, whatever, the very first thing we're going to do after we say, hello, I'm Fred, you're Lisa, namaste, is we get comfortable in posture.
Okay.
Okay. Because the mind can't calm if the body's not relaxed. If you remember what I said, the mind is like a 2-year-old. So if you're going to take this mind and try and calm it down and it doesn't want to, it's going to look for any opportunity it possibly can not to calm down. And if I felt that, you know,
Yeah.
I can't meditate with these on because they feel when I'm meditating. Now it feels perfect, my glasses and stuff. But when I meditate, this stuff all comes off. Because if I leave it on, my mind will go to, oh, those glasses, or they feel heavy on the nose,
Oh,
that kind
okay.
of thing. So you
Yeah.
remove all the distractions.
Got it.
So, yeah.
So to kind of wrap things up, what was the number one benefit for you in your what I mean, I know it's hard to say because there's so many benefits to it, but
No,
what
it's
was
not. It's actually,
there's only there okay, what was the number one thing that you noticed that improved your life by learning how to meditate?
my sleep. The very
Awesome.
first area of my life that I saw improvement was my sleep, because I wasn't carrying all this stuff to bed with me at nighttime. You know it.
Nice.
I know it. Anybody that's going to look at this video knows it, that you lay down at night and it starts. The mind starts racing, looking at how the day went, how the day could have gone, how the day should have gone, how tomorrow's going to go. You know, we have trouble. It takes a while to settle down before you can fall asleep. Usually what happens is the mind sort of vomits everything out to the point that there's nothing left, and then we fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So my sleep was the number one.
So does it matter what time of day that you meditate? And can you
Does not.
meditate more than once? So like if you're a person who's having a hard time calming before you go to bed, maybe a little bit of a nighttime meditation for a few minutes might help you move into that transition.
Yes,
And
I
then,
have people. I'm sorry.
no, I was just going to say, and then if you're getting ready for maybe like a stressful event, or you're going into a big meeting, or something's going to happen, you can do a little meditation practice to kind of calm and recenter yourself before going into an activity, right?
Absolutely. Meditation doesn't have to be a 20-minute in a room by yourself in posture thing. It should be. You should do that. You should do that at least once a day. I do it first thing in the morning because it basically sets the tone for the day. Okay. I have other people that save it for nighttime because it sort of gets rid of all the stuff that they've been carrying all day. people do it in the middle of the day. So they sort of, get the morning out of the way and prepare for the evening kind of thing. But, I can help people try and figure out schedule wise when the best time to do that is. But the bottom line is you can meditate anywhere if it's 30 seconds. I've meditated already standing in a grocery line because I'm starting to get irate because I've got 2 items and I go to the 12 items or less line and the person in front of me has a conveyor belt full of stuff. Ugh!
Yeah.
Relax. Okay,
I love it.
it's just groceries. It's not that big of a deal. So you can meditate any time of the day.
Yeah.
Yes, you can prepare before a meeting, before a test, before a presentation by just calm and relax.
Yeah. I remember you told me the story about that one child client that you had, that you taught her how to meditate. And when she went to school, didn't she help her classmates
Yeah, it was
meditate
kind of
before
funny. Yeah, yeah.
before a test?
Yes, I actually got contacted by the, I guess the guidance counselor, if that's what they're called nowadays in school, at the grade school, where this young lady attended school. And she called me to see if I would be interested in coming in to the school on a weekly basis and meeting with the kids for just like a 15, 20 half hour to give them a little bit of guidance towards meditation. And I said, sure. And I said, well, how did you find me? Like, did you Google it? And she said, well, no,
This little girl,
so-and-so
yeah.
is talking to all the other kids about meditation. She said, we have actually put what we call a quiet room in that the kids are allowed to go to anytime during the day that they feel that they need a couple minute break. So yeah, she was basically,
Oh, that's brilliant.
taking my job away, I guess.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for all this information. And I'm going to have all your contact information in the description below the video so that people can link on and connect with you if they want to do some one-on-one or you do small group meditation, and you do also do one-on-one meditation as well, right? Instruction.
Yes, well, we got to be careful with the small group. I now have that to where they have to be family members.
Sure, understand.
Due to COVID and things like that, I've sort of restricted having a class with 6 strangers.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but I have done classes where mother, father, 2 kids, and an aunt, things like
Wonderful.
that. So
Yeah,
yes, we can
okay.
do groups, we can do individual.
Well, thank you. And I hope that you'll come to our live discussion so that attendees can ask you some follow-up questions that they might have about meditation and have a discussion about it. So thank you very much, Fred, and namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Lisa. Have a great day.